This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in yesterday's class we had looked two problem statement of for loop, which was one was like if my sales is less than 500, then give me the total amount. If my sales is between 500 to 1000, give me the total amount, and if my sales is between greater than 1000, then give me the total amount, right? And the second problem was getting the total sales, right, of my sales data, right? After that we had started with the function. So in function we have seen like how we have to define the function. We have a syntax, right, by writing def then function name, and then if we are going to pass any parameter, then parameter 1, parameter 2, and then we have to write the function body, right? So we had seen few examples like def printing of any statement or any addition of any statement, right? Addition of any number, right? And also we had seen how we can automate one of the tasks with the help of function, right? And then I had asked you to solve one problem statement. The problem statement was you have to take two argument and you have to return the greater number if both are even. You have to return the smaller number if both are odd, and you have to print mismatch if one is odd and other is even, right? So yeah, so let's see how we can solve that problem. So how I have to start it? Tell me. So understood the problem statement, right? Two argument.
Yeah, we'll take two arguments.
Okay, then if the if
Then we'll check the even odd condition. If
yes, if both are even, okay, if
Yeah.
both are even, then return greater number.
Greater number.
Okay, if both are odd, ठीक है, if both are odd, then
Return smaller.
smaller number, right? And if one is odd and other is even, okay, then it will print mismatch, right? If one is even and one is odd, print mismatch. Okay, so this was my requirement, right? So we will start with first defining the function, right? For example, def and calculate, and I have to pass two arguments, right? Pass two arguments, so it should be, suppose x and y I am passing two number, and then colon, and then, so what is my first condition?
checking the even number.
Even
Means
number,
like
right?
if
X
x
percentage 2 equal to 0,
and
right?
x,
And
y
y
if
percentage equal to 0, correct?
yes,
Then
then print
there is more condition, right? We'll have x if x greater than y, right? Then it should print the greater number is x,
okay.
right? Else again, otherwise it will go to else part. So print the greater greater number is x, right? right? The greater number is
Then you need to pass one more else statement.
correct, exactly. Greater number is x. Why this mouse is not working? Okay, and then we have to pass a else statement. In else statement, what it will be?
The greater number is y.
The greater number is y. So before that, this print we should write return x. So that we will get the output as x. Okay, and in this part we have to write it this as y, and then we should return it as y. Understood? This is my first condition, right?
Yes. Then again elif, right?
No, why elif? Acha, okay. You are talking about this condition, right?
Yes.
Yes. So for the second condition, again we have to come and start with elif part. Okay. So elif part will start from this indentation. So indentation is very important in Python. Okay. So
Yes.
let me again copy this code only. Okay. So this is the indentation, and here I have to write elif. Okay. And what should it be? So for odd, it should return me 1, not 0, right?
Hmm.
Right. If any number is not even, then it should be giving remainder as 1, right? At the
Else
end.
we can put it there not equal to also, right?
Equal to also you can put it here. And this should be the second condition, right? Return smaller number, right? The condition would change, right? So in the first case, the smaller number is x, right? So it will return x, and in the y, if it is greater, then it should return this as y. So this is giving me the second condition, right? And now my third condition would be only just else part, right? And in this it should be only returning the mismatch, right?
Yeah.
Understood, or you have doubt still?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me run this invalid syntax because I have not written here 2. Okay. Okay, so my function has been defined here. Okay, cal has been defined here, right?
Yes.
Now what I will do, I will call this function and pass the parameter. So let me pass 1 comma 3. Okay, 1 comma 3 I am passing it. Okay, and let's run. So the smaller number is 1. So which condition it has gone into? It has entered into the second condition, right? If both are odd, right? If both are odd, then return the smaller number, right? 1 and 3 both are odd, then it has returned it a smaller number, right?
Yes.
Now if I go and pass, suppose both even 2 comma 4, for example, so it should return me
2,
4,
4.
right? Because the in even condition I'm asking for a greater number, right? Return me the greater number, right?
Correct.
Okay, and in the third condition, if I am passing,
1,
suppose
4.
1 comma 4, okay, so in that case it should return me mismatch. So how we have utilized if else inside a function, if else condition inside a function, how we have automated it, right?
Yes.
So there is one more problem state. Okay, so in this function, what it should do, you need to take two string. Okay, and if the first string is matching, okay, if the first string is matching, it should return true. And if it is not matching, okay, the first character is not matching, then it should return false function. Understood the problem statement, right?
Yeah.
You need to take two string, okay, and if the first character is matched, okay, for example, I take Naresh and Nitesh, for example. So N is matching, right? So it should return
Yeah.
true. Okay. If I take Naresh and Chandan, okay, so first character is not matching N and C, right? So it should return me false. Okay, so this is the problem statement. Do you want some time? Or do you want me to solve and you all can guide me how to solve it?
String. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Tell me the logic.
We'll try.
So we have to take two string, right? Suppose str1
Yeah.
equal to some string and str2
2 equal to something.
equal to some string. And if both are matching, first character is matching, then it should return true, else it should return false.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how we will start it? Writing df function name, suppose I am taking place. Okay.
Hmm.
And then I am passing a parameter, suppose str1 comma str2.
Okay.
And then I'm taking the first character, right? How to check the first character?
Index.
If
str1
str1 index of 0
equal to
Yeah.
str of 2 index of 0 is equal to, then it should
then print that match one.
it should return me
Matching.
return. I'm asking it to return me true, right? true. Okay, else it should return me
False.
False.
false, false, right?
Yeah.
So let me define something as, tell me some place. So let me run this. So I have ran this, right? I have ran this. Okay. So now my function is place, and inside place I am giving, suppose,
Marathalli.
Marathalli, Mathalli, Marathalli, okay. And then I'm giving
Mahadevpura.
Mahadevpura. Okay, so in this case, it should return me true, right?
Yeah.
It has returned me true. Okay, but if I change this Mahadevpura to small m, okay,
False.
then what it will return? It will return me false, right? Because this m and this m is totally different.
Okay.
Right? This m caps M and small m would be totally different in the case of string, right? Okay. This was one problem statement. Okay. Now the third problem statement is, okay, take any three number. Okay. Take any three number. Okay. And if the sum of those three number is equal to 20. Okay. Take any three number. Okay. And the sum of those three number is equal to 20, then it should return me true, else it should return me false.
Okay.
Understand the question, right?
Hmm.
Take any three number, okay, and if the sum is equal to 20, then it should return me true, else it should return me false. So how to do this? How many argument we will be passing here?
4.
4. How come 4?
3 for like numbers and 1 extra will take for calculation.
Okay, okay. Chandan?
It should 3
Okay. How come it will be 3?
because we'll pass 3 numbers to get the sum of those integers.
Okay, correct. So we will be passing 3 argument here, right? Suppose x, comma y, comma z. These are my 3 numbers. Okay. I have passed 3 argument now, and now I have to a condition which is saying like addition of these 3 number should be if it equal to 20, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what I will do, I will create one new alpha observation or variable. In that I will do x plus y plus z. Okay. So this is my addition of 3 number, and now I will go inside and I will check if my this t is equal to 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Is equal to 20, then it should print me the number is 20. Okay, comma e. Understood what I have done? First I am defining 3 argument.
Yeah.
Okay, the 3 argument, and I am adding these 3 number and I am putting it in one new variable t.
Yeah.
Okay, and now this t I am checking it. If my sum is equal to 20, then print the number sum is, or the sum of the number is 20, and give me the output is the t value is there.
Yeah.
Okay, else what it will do, it will go into the else part, right? So before
Yeah.
that, to write return here, right? So what it should return
Yeah.
me? It should return me true,
True.
right? That was my condition.
Yeah.
After that it will go to else part. In else part,
Return.
the number is not 20, right? And then it will return me,
False.
let's say else false, right?
Yeah.
And this with the condition how I have broken each condition, right? 3 number,
Yeah.
addition, checking whether the sum is 20 or not. Then if the sum is 20, then it should return me true. If the sum is not 20, it should return me false. Correct? So let me run this. And now I'm calling this call sum. I'm calling it as 4, 6, 3. Okay, so now it is coming as 13, right? So it should return me
False.
false, right? It has returned me false. And what it has returned me here, the number sum is not 20, actual number sum is 13.
Yeah.
Right? Now if I
Yeah.
write here, for example, okay, and I run it, so it has entered into the true condition. The number sum is 20, my output is also 20, and it has returned me true. Right?
Yeah.
Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was another problem, how we can solve it with the help of function. Okay. So there is one more problem. Just write it down. Okay. So I'm passing one input. Okay, input number. Okay, input number I'm passing it. Okay, and that is string. Okay, that is string. It should return me. It should return me the integer number. Okay, so let me write it here, then you will understand. Okay, so for example, my input is, okay, my input is any number. Suppose any number. Okay, any number 9546 dash. I have a dash in between. Okay, 674 dash 523. Suppose I have this number as my input. Okay, and then I should get an output. I should get an output as 9546 674 523 with the help of function. Understood? My
Yeah.
problem is straight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how we'll solve this? Any idea? Approach? Understood, right? First is my string, okay, and then I have a dash. So for example, you take an example of like anybody storing their phone number, right? And if they have
Yeah.
stored their phone number like this, 10-digit phone number like this, but during the manipulation, this will not work, right?
Okay.
You need to convert it into an integer part, right? So how we can do this?
That input is only one string, right?
Yes, this will be only one argument. This will be only one argument. So how we will start? Def, suppose str to int. I am taking this function and passing abc, for example. Okay, my only one argument is there. Correct? And now I need to replace dash, right? First task is to replace that dash, because dash would not consider if we try to convert dash into integer, that will not work, right?
Yeah.
Else,
Right.
so we can compare that string with each int. We have one function, right?
No, that way also we can do, but see, each integer you cannot compare it, right? There might be more integer also, we don't know, right? So first of all we need to replace this dash, right?
Mm.
First of all we need to replace this dash and this dash. Okay, so there is a function called as replace in Python, right? Replace
Okay.
in Python. So what we have to do, abc dot replace. Okay, and what we have to replace it, we have to replace the dash with blank.
Yeah.
Understood? We have to replace the dash
Yeah.
with space, right? You can do the print text also, and you cannot, if you don't want, you can leave also. For example, if I want to write int print of my x, okay. So after the replacement of this statement, I can see my this two dashes is removed. Okay, I can see the output like this, but still this would have not changed into integer. Okay, so for that what we have to do, we have to again create a new variable y, okay, equal to, convert it into int x. Okay, then that number will convert into integer. Okay, and then what I
Yeah.
have to do, I have to return it my y. Okay, understood,
Yeah.
right? First I am doing a
Yeah.
replacement. So this dash would be always be constant. Okay, so it would be like after 4 digit one dash is there, and after 3 digit one dash is there. If it is at some other location, then we have to see like whether it is getting replaced or not. Okay,
Okay.
so let me run this function. Okay, and suppose I am passing now a string. Okay, a string like this. A string like this. I am passing it here. Okay, like this. Okay, so what it will do, it will remove the dashes and then it will convert it into integer. Okay, so let me run this. It has ran correctly. Int integer dash 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 correct, and then this is giving me an error. Okay, let me check once. It is taking extra bracket. Okay, so it was taking one extra space for it. Okay,
Okay.
that's the reason it was not coming. So what was happening, in place of this dash, what it was doing, it was giving it something like this way space. Okay, 9546 one space 6749. Okay, one space 523, something like this. So this was not able to convert it into integer. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was the, so now you can see now my space is also changed. So this number, it would be now integer. Okay, this number would be integer. Okay, understood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So now we will go ahead with a few more concepts of function. Okay, so basically
Okay.
like yeah, so basically like there is few more functions as like lambda functions. Okay, so those work with the keyword. Okay, lambda will always work with keyword. Okay, So basically like how we divide and all those, right? Filter and all, right? We were doing study that problem statement. If sales is greater than 500, then print me the output of sales and all those, right? Okay. So we will be seeing one lambda function. Okay. So how the expression of lambda is like, how we write the expression of lambda is something. Expression of lambda is something. We will write lambda. Okay, we will write the lambda, and then we have to pass the parameter. Parameter would be any sort of variable. Okay, and then the task that we want to perform. Okay, then the tasks that we want to perform. Okay, lambda would be the keyword here. Okay, lambda will be keyword here. Okay. Okay, so the same for example, same thing if we want to write it in function. Okay, same thing if we want to do it with actual function. So what we have to write it here? If same thing if we want to do it with the help of function, so how we have to write it? So we have to write define, right? We have to write define, and then we have to give function name, right? Have to give, for example, function name. Then what we have to give? We have to pass a parameter, right? And then we have to write RUTR return, then X percentage 2, right? And then we have to call that function, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so same tasks that we are doing with the help of like this function, we can do it with one line with lambda. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we were seeing yesterday. Okay, first let us see a small example, and then we'll go into a few problems. Okay. Uh, so if you want to define any kind of variable, so what we have to do, we have seen the lambda expression is something like this, right? So for example, if I am BL equal to, we have to write lambda. Okay, lambda space x comma x percentage 2. I have written like this. Okay, and then I am passing BL as 3. Okay, so what it would return me?
3/2.
What it would return me?
1.
TK, what it would return me?
False, right?
How it will return false?
False. 3, you are dividing, means percent modulus 3 by 2. It is
So
not equal to 0, right?
it will return me 1. Okay, it will return me the remainder. Okay, so x percentage 2 will return me remainder. For example, I run this, and I'm putting it 3 here.
Okay.
It would return me the remainder. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I want to, if I have a list, okay, for example, I have a list. Okay. Suppose I have like a sales list. Okay, and now I want to see which are my sales that are greater than 500. Okay, which are my sales that are greater than 500, like how we were seeing it yesterday, like filtering.
Yeah.
Okay, so the same thing I want to be implemented with the help of lambda function. So how we can do it with the help of lambda function? So the first and foremost task that I will have is to define my list, right? Define my list, right? So let me
Yeah.
define my 902, 450, 250, comma 150, comma 130, comma 850, something like this. I have defined it here, my sales. Okay. Now I need to see which are my sales that is greater than 500. Okay. So how I will do? How I given it here. So sales greater than 500. Okay. Equal to. Okay. So I need to filter my numbers, right? I need to filter my sales, right? So
Yeah.
what we'll do, first I need to pass it something like list. Okay, because I'm passing my observation through list. Okay,
Okay.
and then I will define something as filter. Okay, filter, because I need to filter my sales amount that are greater than 500, right? Then I will pass the keyword that is my lambda. Okay, that is my lambda, and I will initialize it to one variable x. Okay, and this variable, what it will go and check? It will go and check if my amount is greater than 500. Okay, and from where it will check? It will go and check it from my sales list.
Okay.
Okay, so what it will do? It will do a filter on my this sales list. Okay, so for example, if I run this and then I run this, okay, and then if I go and run this, okay, so I can see it here. I got two observation. One is 902, another is 850, right? So it has gone and checked wherever in my sales list the amount is greater than 500, it has filtered it out, right? So for example, one is 902, another was 850, right? So
So filter is a keyword.
sorry,
Filter is a keyword or what?
filter is a keyword, yeah.
Okay.
Filter is acting about as a keyword, and this is a inbuilt function Python. Okay, filter
Okay.
is an inbuilt function that we are using it here. Okay, if we would have gone and done the same this, then we would have to use that if else condition wala part,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So similarly, yeah, similarly we have map and reduce also. Okay, that we will be seeing it in tomorrow's class. Okay, so
Okay.
for today you can practice these problem statement, takes few more function problem statement. Okay, and try to read about this lambda function a bit. Okay, and we can continue again from tomorrow from here.